Good morning, White Group. This is Miss Julie from the farm. It's a noisy farm today. We got lots of new babies on the farm. I've got one who wants to say hello before we start math today. Today's math is multiply by 3, the commutative property. We've been working on commutative property a lot. Anyway, this is page 97 in your packet. It's your math page 97. I'm going to show you Ruby. Ruby absolutely positively had to say hello to you, or she wasn't going to let me video this morning. So here you go. This is Ruby. Can you see her up there? There she is. Ruby is one of the 14 chicks we have up here. She's busy. She wants to be a YouTube star. So we'll go ahead and I will go put Ruby back in her pen, and I'll let you get your math paper, and then we'll go. Okay, say bye, Ruby. Goodbye. Okay. Okay, White Group, now hopefully she'll let us get some peace and quiet and good work done. Here we go. Austin mentioned something the other day about, or Austin's mom, Bobby, mentioned something about a little bit of glare on the screen. So I want to try to fix that up. So what I've tried to do is move the video, or move the handout back over to this side. I hope that works better for you. And then I don't have my overhead light on, but I do have this one. Hopefully that'll eliminate my glare. If it doesn't, Bobby, let me know, please, because you guys have been so helpful with all of this. Having said that, let's get right to multiply with 3, the commutative property. And the last time we were together, we said that multiplication is simply repeated addition, or skip counting, which is the same thing as well. So if I'm going to multiply by 3, all I have to think of, if I say I'm going to multiply 2 times 3, all I have to think of is 2 written down 3 times. Or 2 written down 3 times. So I go 2, let me do this on this board. 2, 2, 2, and add them. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or think of 2 cookies, and each cookie has 3 chocolate chips. If you count those up, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Same thing. Now, the other thing I can do is skip count. I can skip count by 2s or by 3s, and skip count. If I skip count by 2, I have to say it 3 times. 2, 4, 6. Looks like this. 2, 4, 6. But if I skip count by 3s, I only have to do it 2 times. So I can go 3, 6. Because when you skip count, you write that number of dots. So I skip count by 3 is 3 dots. So I go 1, 2, 3, write it down. 4, 5, 6, write it down. See it right in here? This is called my helping table. If you need to make a helping table, that's exactly why I gave you these whiteboards. Do your helping table on it. But I do want to warn you, when you do a helping table, it can help you with more than one problem. So write your helping table small. Write your information small so that you can use your helping table to help you with this one, and this one, and this one, and all the way down here, and maybe even one on the back. That's what a helping table is for. So let's get right to what we got here. Read the directions. It says, skip count by 3s and write the missing numbers. Skip count by 3s. Let's do that on our board. I'm making this on our helping table. Okay, I'm doing it here so you can see. You do it right here on your whiteboard. Skip count by 3's. Okay, I can do that. I can get all the way up to skip count 10 times. So 3's. So 3 is 1, 2, 3. We're going to do this 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 10 is a good number to start with because it gives you a nice long helping table for you to work with because most of your problems will all be in here in this 10 range. So to start there is a pretty good way to do. And then once we get past 10, we go into the double digits, the 10s and the 1s, in which case it is still 10, and then you add another 1. So your helping table to 10 will give you everything that you need to know for that number. So I'm making skip count by 3's on my helping table. So I've got 1, 2, 3, write it down. 4, 5, 6, write it down. 7, 8, 9, write it down. 10, 11, 12, write it down. 13, 14, 15, write it down. Now, from this point, I want you to pause the video, and I want you to finish your helping table for me. When you come back, I'll finish it with you. We'll check your answers to see what you got and then start on the problems. Pause the video, finish your helping table. Go. Get it? Great. Let's have a look. So we were at 15, so we don't need to start back up here at 3 because we already have it. That's counting on. That's what we've been practicing all year. So we're going to start at 15. We're going to go 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And I can use anything. If I want to use my fingers, that's great. But the reason I use dots is because sometimes I don't have enough fingers. My hand's busy. So I can go 27, 28, 29, 30. Still 3, right? 30 is my final answer. Okay, there you go. That is your helping table for your 3's. That will give you really all your answers without having to do any more math on this. How cool is that, right? That's why we use the tools, to give you easy and fast. All right. So coming up here, it says skip count by 3's and write the missing number. We've got 3 blank, blank, blank. We've already done it. 3 blank, blank, blank. Oh, all I have to do is write them in. So let's write them in. 6, 9, 12. And just to make sure I'm right, they've given me one over here to check my answer. So if I'm right, if I'm doing this on the right track, my next one should be 15. So let's check. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. There it is. I'm right. Now, the rest of the answers in here, right down here, and I'll let you fill those in. Okay? Let's go on to, I'll let you fill those in after we're done with our lesson for today, and then I'll have to finish those up. So, should I give you a little circle here to let you know the ones I want you to do? Finish these up right here. And let's finish those up. And the next one says, skip count by 3's to solve. Do we have to skip count by 3's again? No. And the reason is, we already have our helping table right here. We've already done it. Don't, try to do your work only once. You don't want to solve that again and again, and you've already solved it, so you don't need to. So my first one says 2 times 3. Okay, well, one of those numbers is up here. Here's my 3 helping table times 2. So I go over to my 2, There it is. What's the answer? 6. Easy peasy. And then the next one says 4 times 3. Remember, the commutative property says you can multiply 2 times 3 and get 6. Or you can multiply 3 times 2 and get 6. Same answer. This is how you can manipulate these numbers to make it even easier. Right now I don't have to memorize my 2 times tables because I've got my 3's and I'm doing 3 times 2. Okay? I don't have to know my 4's times tables yet today because I'm working with 3's and it's in here. Okay? So, having said that, we've got 4 times 3, which is the same as saying 3 times 4, because I'm working on my 3's today. So, 3 times 4, see it? Right there. There it is. Okay. There's your answer. I'll let you write that one down. And then I'm going to have you finish this one. You know what? I learned my lesson last time. Last time I did this, I worked through on the other side. I'll have you finish this one. And this one. This one. And we'll go on to the next one. This is called an array. And all it is another tool to show you the same thing. This array lines up things in the rows. It lines up 2 rows with 3. Now this is the same as the cookies. An array, you can almost look at it like a square cookie. I've got every row would be a cookie if we were doing it that way. But this is an array. It's laid out in a square. And if you find arrays easier, I'll show you right now how to use it. And if you like them, that's great. Let me show you 2 times 3 on an array. Okay. So if I have 2 times 3, I make 2 rows. Okay, I've got a row here and a row here. And you do so much with grids. I know you'll know what this means. Okay? So I have 2 rows. And in every row, I have 3 chocolate chips. So I go 1, 2, 3 in row 1. And in row 2, I have 1, 2, 3. Looks like that. This is called an array. It's really the same answer, but it's a different tool to get the answer. Arrays are different from cookies, are different from skip count, are different from a repeated addition, only in that it's a different looking tool, like a hammer and a screwdriver look differently, or like, let me give you a better example, like a hammer and a rock look different, right? A hammer looks different than a rock. Can you use both of them to pound a nail in? You can. Which one is going to be easier and faster for you to use? Well, if you're a carpenter, maybe the hammer's easier for you to use. But maybe the rock's easier for you to use. This is where you come in. You get to choose which tool works better for you. So I've given you 2 tools here. Array, lots of tools. Array, cookies, skip count, repeated addition. All 4 tools, they all look different, but they all do the same thing. Every one of those tools will give you the number 6 if I do them right. Okay? So, this array is a little bit different in that they've done it differently here. So let's look what this array says. It says, label the array and solve. And let me write this out for you so you know what it is. 7, 8. You have in your rows I have 3 rows. And in every row, I have 8 dots. So I have 1, 2, 3. See how I'm starting here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 dots in this row. Well, I got to do the same for my next row. So let's do it again. And try to line them up as best you can. If you line them up, you make yourself some grid lines, you're never going to go wrong. Grid lines are the bomb. So I'm making my grid lines. Looks like a 10 chart, doesn't it? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's what it looks like on your paper. I've just drawn it a lot bigger. Okay, and up at the top, it asks you to tell you how many rows and how many are in each row. Okay, so let's look. How many rows do I have? 1, 2, 3 rows. So up here, I'm going to write 3. And down here, it asks, I'm sorry, let me say that correctly because that's important. 3 columns. These are called columns when they go up and down. And when they go this way, they're called rows. I do want to give you that. A lot of times, people say rows for everything, but it's actually not right. Or you can say vertical and horizontal, but I want to give you the correct words. So these are actually called columns. So I have 3 columns, and in every column, in every row, in every column, I have 8. So my rows all have 3 in them. 3 in my rows, 8 in my columns, or 3 columns with 8 in each. Okay, so I go 3, 8. 3 columns, and every column has 8 dots. Get it? Okay, now the way we use this is we just do one of these up in the corner, and that makes this 3 times 8. 3 times 8. Or, what else using the commutative property? 8 times 3. 8 times. I can do either. And I'll bet I get the same answer. So let's count them. I'll pull this up here so we can count it. Okay, so we already know we've got 8 here, so let's make it easier for ourselves. Or we've already known we've got 3 here, so let's make it easy. We go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. What's my answer? 24. But let me show you how some tools are faster than others. 3, 8. 3 columns where I'm counting by 3s 8 times, or 8 in each. 3 cookies, 8 chocolate chips in each, or 8 cookies with 3 chocolate chips in each. Anyway, my numbers are 3 and 8. And we've already got 3 up here, so let's go down to the 8. Look, oh, see it? What's the answer? 24. Did you have to do any math on this? Not at all, because you've already done the work. It's not cheating, because you've already done the work. You're just using what you have. 3 times 8, 24. Any way I do it. If I make cookies, 3 cookies with 8 chocolate chips, 24. Or I can make 8 cookies with 3 chocolate chips. Again, 24. I can skip count by 3s. What do I get? 24. I can skip count by 8 3 times. What do I get? 24. If I add 8 3 times, 8 plus 8 plus 8, what do I get? 24. If I add 3 8 times, 3 times 3, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, what do I get? 24. It's the same thing. Lots and lots and lots and lots of tools, one answer, right? You can use other tools to help you check your answer. You can use other tools to make it easier. Your boss is not going to say you have to use this tool, unless you're in construction, then you might. But whatever tool works best for you to give you the answer. Okay? That is called an array, and that's what it does. So having said that information, let's write it on our sheet for today. And I'm really worried about that showing through. No, not too bad. Okay, so we'll do it. So I've got 3 rows and 8, or 3 columns and 8 in each column. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay? I'm going to give you a helper on this one. I'm going to give you part of the information and not all of the information. So if I look here and I count across, I've got 10. How do I know 10? Usually, I've got a grid right here. But if I count my little squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I've got 10. And I know that if this is a square, which it is, I've got 10 in this row, 10 in that one, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So I can even count by 10. So I have 10 in each row, 10 in each row. And how many rows? 1, 2, 3. 3 rows. 10 times 3. What is 10 times 3? There it is. Let me give you this. 3 times 10. And I'll let you finish these. Okay? Oh, I gave you more than a little help there. Easy. And have you do this one. And then have you do this one. I'm going to give you this one to do on your own, and this one to do on your own. Okay? Now, the next one says, write the related multiplication fact and solve. This is asking you to use the commutative property. Let me show you how that's done. 3 times 1. Do I have to do math on this? Nope, I've already done it. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. And what else? 1 times 3 is 3. Okay. The next one says 3 times 5 is what? 3 times 5 is 15. I'm going to use the commutative property and switch those around. 5 times 3. And I'll let you do the rest on that. Okay? These. This one. Okay. Then the next thing we have is a word problem. And word problems, all the time we do a word problem, we read it through, find the math question, find the math word, fill in our line, circle, line, and then put the information in and solve the problem. Okay? This is on our board up right by the whiteboard. It tells you how to solve a word problem. So let's read it. It says, solve, complete the sentence to answer the question. I see I've got a number sentence here I have to fill in. I have a word answer I have to fill in, and I have a picture that might help me. I can make a picture. So, it says, Haley filled 6 pages in her photo album. She put 3 pictures on each page. How many pictures did Haley put in her album? It's the math question. We start here, and we work up to the capital letter, which is right there. So my question says, how many pictures did Haley put in her album? Okay. Our math word is how many. Okay? This can mean addition. It does mean addition, but now we're a little further along. We're also working on multiplication. So how many is an addition word, but it's also a multiplication word. So today we're going to use our multiplication symbol right in here. And a multiplication symbol is an X. Okay? And so always, 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 we're going to have an equal sign right there, just like always. And then it gives us room to write a picture. I'm going to do, and put our information in, so we need to do that first. She has 6 pages. 6 pages. And every page has 3 pictures. What is my answer? Well, I can look right here. I've got my 3s. Just need to go down to my 6th row. Whoop! There it is. Now my answer is 18. But let's do a picture to check it. It's not okay just to write the answer in. I know you know the answer. I know you can find it. I need to see a picture in here, so I need you to fill all these spaces in. So let's do cookies. Let's do 6 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every cookie has how many chocolate chips? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 6 cookies, 3 chocolate chips in each cookie. So let's count them. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. How many? 18. Check myself. Got it? Yes, I did. Good job. So now all we have to do is answer the question. Haley put blank in her album. How many did she put in her album? 18 what? 18 hot dogs? It would be so gross. You'd be like, you pick it up, you get mustard and ketchup all over. No, 18 pictures, so let's write in pictures. Oh, there it is, pictures. How many pictures? There it is, right here. Pictures. P-I-C-T-U-R-E-S. 18 pictures in her album. Good job. That was a lot of work. We've already been working for half an hour on this. Long lesson today. Good job. You're doing great. Let's turn it to the back. And a lot of our things will be repeats. So I'll give you some help. I'll give you some. And then I'll let you do some. And then I'll let you do some on your own. So let's go back up. We've got the array again, where we go, how many columns? How many are in each row? So I've got 1, 2, 3. And how many are in each row? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in each row, really. I know I did that. 7. So my question says 3 times 7. I'm tired. We've been doing this a lot. Do I have to count all those out? Because I have a helping table. So we're on the 3 helping table, and I just have to go down to my 7. So let's go down. There it is. And what's the answer? 21. Okay? Multiplication helps you work with those big, big numbers fast. Right? That's what it does. So now let's go up here and I'll give you a little bit and let you finish up the rest. Okay, here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 across and 1, 2, 3 down. So in here I'm going to have 4 times 3 and tell me what it equals. Okay, so you have me do this one. I do want to do those in orange, a little easier to see. Just aim for the orange. I'm going to have you do this one. I'm going to have you do this one. I'm going to have you do this one. And then remember, it says, write the related multiplication fact and solve. Commutative property, the same answer. This times this is the same as this times this. Okay? So we've got 3 times 8 up in here, and first we solve it. Do we have to do math? Nope, we got our helping table. I'm going to go down to my 8. There it is. What's my answer? 24. 3 times 8 is 24, but so is 8 times 3. 24. Okay. This one is 3 times 6. What's my answer? 3 times 6, 18. 18 goes here. But also, 6 times 3 is 18. Okay. Now, this one, you have, finish up this one and this one. Right here, you've got a story problem, just like the one on the front page. And how do you do that? Don't forget, do your picture, do your number sentence, do your answer. Don't forget all of those pieces. It's also an excellent idea to underline your math question, circle your math word. It will help you, I promise. Okay. Now down here, it's asking you to review. And we've done these before. It says, write the standard form. That's where you're going to take the place value. Let me write my place value chart again because I know you remember these. We've got ones, tens, hundreds. What comes next? Thousands. And I think that's all it goes up to today. Oh, no, it's also got 10,000. 10,000. All right. And it says 16,000. Wow. So right in here, I write 16,000, because this is my first grouping of 3. And then it says 739. Ooh, 7, how many hundreds? 700, and how many the rest? 39. 39. You hear Esteban? He's being noisy today. He won't take a nap. And then we just write it right in there. $16. Get my comma. 739. There you go. We're almost done. Almost done, almost done. You've done great with these. I want you to finish up this one and this one. You get to do all the oranges on your paper. You guys are doing fantastic. I'm so proud of you. This is a tough concept. It's a horribly tough concept to do by yourself. Your parents, go right now. Go run, give mom a hug and a kiss. Because mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, aunt, foster mom, people love you so much that they want you to succeed at this. So go, give them a hug and a kiss. Tell them they're doing a great job. and we appreciate all their work. So good job to them. This is mwah, mine to you. Good job. I wish you a fantastic day. I'll see you a little later for reading and our Zoom Bible lesson. Bye-bye.